Many of you are watching us on YouTube right now, and we have asked you if France could win the title if Mbappé is injured. 60% of you have said no to that. Obviously, it's a suspected broken nose. That's the information we had going into tonight's show. But Gab, we heard you having a little chat there during this segment. What can you tell us? Have you got some news for us?
Yeah, in fact, live reporting, I got a text from Jules. Jules is obviously there with the French national team. He spoke to the team doctor. Others at ESPN have been in touch with Real Madrid. Real Madrid apparently were immediately on the phone with the French FA to see what the situation was. And it seems to me that they're going to make a decision, most likely overnight, possibly tomorrow morning, about whether or not he's going to get surgery. There are some reports out there that that it seems to be the more likely option, but according to Jules, it's not yet decided. Could be by the time the morning rolls around. Obviously, there's different solutions with these types of injuries. We've seen players play with those masks and whatever, but then you get into issues as well of respiration, of safety. And if he does undergo an operation, then it's going to be a question of the recovery time. I am not a doctor. I do not play one on TV, so I'm not going to go there.
We know he did play one on TV, Mr. Frank Leboeuf, but does surgery change it for you, situation?
Well, again, Gab's getting his information from Jules, and he's getting it from the hospital.
I actually thought when Gab said there, Real Madrid phoned, I thought he was going to say Real Madrid phoned Jules. That's how big he is.
Well, no, Kylian Mbappe just gave Jules a ring, said, I'm all right, mate.
Well, listen, if and again, we're not speculating here, but if he's been told in the next 24 hours he's required, what you would normally do in this scenario is you'd play this tournament, as Gab said, you would mask up and play if that's what you wanted to do, and you would try and get through, and then if it needed surgery you would have it, but of course that's only if you can do that and there's no respiratory problems and breathing issues and blood clot and all that stuff that could go with it. So this will come down, I would imagine, to an orthopaedic opinion, and that will be well out with the French doctors that are there and the player and the manager himself. So it seems from what Gab's saying that this could be out of any football people's hands.
Which it should be.
Which it should be, and that's going to be a big, because as a player you fight it as a player. No. And it's the same with concussions. We see it. You fight it. It's your instinct. You fight it because you want to. There's only so many of these championships, World Cups, Euros come along, and so you fight tooth and nail. And it's not always the right thing to do. And so, clearly...
The trouble is, as well, normally you used to pop it back in the day. But now if you're Kylian Mbappe and you're thinking, right, can I leave it? The trouble is, we saw the state of his nose. It was all over one place. So actually, even if you want to try and wear a mask, difficult to get one made when his nose is bent out of shape. So that if it's surgery, it probably changes everything.
It would be a big blow to the tournament and to the French, clearly. But there's a bigger picture here. The guy, he's a young guy, youngish. He's a world superstar. He's got a career ahead of him, and whether it would cost the French or not, matters not a jot. You cannot take risks with people when it's in this scenario. So,
I think guessing.
So we'll see what happens in the next 24 hours.
I think absolutely guessing. You ain't going to see him for the next game. It'll be the game after.
You know what, Kay? It's going to be very funny if he has to wear a mask because his nickname is Ninja Turtle. So it's going to be very funny to see Kylian Mbappe with the mask, But I wish him the best, really. And I had 4 nose fracture. I never had a surgery. Well, after my career, yes, but in between, I couldn't breathe for 10 years with the left side. You want to play, and we saw Mbappe coming back, getting a yellow card because he came back without the referee authorization. So he wants to come back. Now it depends to on the French Federation and Real Madrid, what they want to do it. But I agree with Craig. I think the guy wants to play, and if he wants to play, he's going to play, get a surgery in between the European Championship and the beginning of the La Liga start. And it wouldn't be a problem unless he has a big time respiratory issue.
Respiratory.
You did great.
Hold on, I'm
You did
just
great,
writing something.
Frank, can I just ask you? Frank, sorry, can I just ask you, when you broke your nose, how long before you played again?
The day after, I played with my broken nose. I didn't go out. I played with my broken nose for the last 60 minutes of the game. I had a broken eye as well, and I scored 3 goals. That's the only time that I scored a hat trick, and I didn't want to stop. And that was another time. You know, there weren't any concussion staff or whatever. It was you were the only one to decide whether you wanted to carry on or not. I even went to the hospital the day after. I couldn't sleep, I couldn't breathe, but I went to the hospital after, and I'm kind of fine. So it's all right. It's not a big deal.
But we have to remember that every injury is different.
Right.
And you know, protocol is protocol these days, and that's absolutely correct. For the safety of, and I know we're talking about a broken nose here, but there are different severities of the injury to that part of the face. So we have to be acutely aware of that, and you know, at the end of the day, let other people make informed decisions. But let's hope from a football perspective that he's able to continue.
Yep, obviously we wish Kylian Mbappe well.